Today's topic is Carolus Linnaeus.
The great Swedish biologist Carl von Linné was born in a small village. He comes from a family of farmers and priests. His passion for nature was evident from his childhood.
So when Linnaeus' father set out to study theology, he took the name of the linden tree which grew on the family farm, but in its Swedish form Lin.
When Carl enrolled at Lund University, he chose the Latin form of his name, Linnaeus, and became Carolus Linnaeus.
That was common practice for students in Europe.
He was popular with his interesting lectures. He constantly asked his students to bring various specimens to study and describe, but he gained in popularity mostly with his nature.
The story goes that on one such a trip, he met a donkey. It bared its teeth at him, and he said, "If I knew how many teeth every single species has, I could sort them out into gr." In 1732 Linnaeus was awarded funding for a long-planned journey to Lapland. In the harsh northern land he traveled about 2,000 kilometers.
He discovered over 100 species of plants unknown to science, collected samples of minerals, observed and described birds. In 1735, with the support of various scientists who estimate highly his ideas, Carl Linnaeus published the famous pamphlet Systema Naturae, one of his major works.
It contains 12 pages. It was the first edition of his classification of lithoforms.
Besides these 6 classes, Linnaeus set off half a column for the so-called paradoxes, which included mythical animals like the unicorn, the griffin, the phoenix, the dragon, etc.
Animals, for instance, he represented on 2 pages in 6 columns, each one named after one of Linnaeus' classes.
The classification system of Linnaeus of animal and plant kingdom is still used today. Grouping is made up of units called taxon.
For example, mountain lion,
Carl
cougar and
Linnaeus
puma are all
designed a
common
system of
names for
naming
the same
organisms,
animal.
called
The
binomial,
name you decide
which
to
gave
use
each
probably
one 2
depends on where
names,
you live.
genus and species.
Simple classification of complex animal man according to science: phylum Chordata, subtype Cranial, class Mammalia, order Primata, suborder Higher monkeys, family Hominid, genus H.
He was one of the first to describe relationships between living things and their environments.
Today living organisms on Earth are about 2.5 million in 5 kingdoms. The system of Linnaeus was developed and complemented by modern systematics.